Rules for users of powered wheelchairs and mobility scooters. Rules 36 to 46. Rules for powered wheelchairs and mobility scooters, including on pavements and on the road. Powered wheelchairs and mobility scooters. Rule 36. There is one class of manual wheelchair, called a Class 1 individual carriage, and two classes of powered wheelchairs and powered mobility scooters. Manual wheelchairs and Class 2 vehicles are those with an upper speed limit of 4 miles per hour, 6 kilometers an hour, and are designated to be used on pavements. Class 3 vehicles are those with an upper speed limit of 8 miles per hour, 12 kilometers per hour, and are equipped to be used on the road as well as the pavement. Rule 37. When you are on the road, you should obey the guidance and rules for other vehicles. When on the pavement, you should follow the guidance and rules for pedestrians. On pavements. Rule 38 to 40. Rule 38. Pavements are safer than roads and should be used when available. You should give pedestrians priority and show consideration for other pavement users, particularly those with a hearing or visual impairment who may not be aware that you're there. Rule 39. Powered wheelchairs and scooters must not travel faster than 4 miles per hour, 6 kilometers an hour, on pavements or in pedestrian areas. You may need to reduce your speed to adjust to other pavement users who may not be able to move out of your way quickly enough or where the pavement is too narrow. Rule 40. When moving off the pavement onto the road, you should take special care. Before moving off, always look around and make sure it is safe to join the traffic. Always try to use dropped curbs when moving off the pavement, even if this means travelling further to locate one. If you have to climb or descend a curb, always approach it at right angles, and do not try to negotiate a curb higher than the vehicle manufacturer's recommendations. On the road. Rules 41 to 46. Rule 41. You should take care when travelling on the road, as you may be travelling slower than other traffic. Your machine is restricted to only 8 miles per hour, 12 kilometers per hour, and may be less visible to other road users. Rule 42. When on the road, Class 3 vehicles should travel in the same direction as the rest of the traffic. Class 2 users should always use the pavement when it's available. When there is no pavement, you should use caution when on the road. Class 2 users should, where possible, travel in the same direction as the rest of the traffic. If you are travelling at night, when lights must be used, you should travel in the same direction as the rest of the traffic to avoid confusing other road users. Rule 43. You must follow the same rules about using lights, indicators and horns as other road vehicles if your vehicle is fitted with them. At night, lights must be used. Be aware that other road users may not see you and you should make yourself more visible, even during daytime and at dusk. By, for instance, wearing a reflective jacket or setting reflective strips on the back of the vehicle. Rule 44. Take extra care at road junctions. When going straight ahead, check to make sure there are no vehicles about to cross your path from the left, the right, or overtaking you and turning left. There are several options for dealing with right turns, especially turning from a major road. If moving into the middle of the road is difficult or dangerous, you can 1. Stop on the left-hand side of the road and wait for a safe gap in the traffic. 2. Negotiate the turn as a pedestrian. Travel along the pavement and cross the road between pavements where it is safe to do so. Class 3 users should switch the vehicle to the lower speed limit when on pavements. If the junction is too hazardous, it may be worth considering an alternative route. Similarly, when negotiating major roundabouts, i.e., with 2 or more lanes, it may be safer for you to use the pavement or find a route which avoids the roundabout altogether. Rule 45. All normal parking restrictions should be observed. Your vehicle should not be left unattended if it causes an obstruction to other pedestrians, especially those in wheelchairs. Parking concessions provided under the Blue Badge scheme will apply to those vehicles displaying a valid badge. Rule 46. These vehicles must not be used on motorways. They should not be used on unrestricted dual carriageways where the speed limit exceeds 50 miles an hour or 80 kilometers an hour, but if they are used on these dual carriageways, they must have a flashing amber beacon. Additionally, a flashing amber beacon should be used on all other dual carriageways.